Runners, have you been dealing with heel pain that feels like plantar fasciitis, but it's not going away with typical things like socks you sleep in, or rolling on things with your feet, or stretching and smearing peanut butter and picking up marbles? This is a video you must watch because it could be an alternative muscle which is actually referring to the heel, called the Quadratus Plantae. Now, if you check out this chart here, I'll explain what all this red means and the X's here. So this is the foot, obviously. This is the bottom of the foot. Here's the heel. Here's the calcaneus or heel bone. And here is the Quadratus Plantae muscle highlighted in red. Now you can see there's an X put here, which is the area where the trigger point could be referring from. But as you see, the area on the left with all of the hot red spots is, by the way, hot red is where everybody said they felt the problem. The light red is where less people said it. The bright red is where the referred pain is. Notice the X's and the area don't match. That's why referred pain can be so confusing to people, is because the area of the problem is not where the areas of the symptoms present themselves. This is common with muscle referred pain. This can feel like aching, stabbing right underneath the heel. It can feel painful first step in the morning. It can sometimes spread into the arch of the foot just a little bit, be more of a compensation pattern, but usually the symptom generating structure, the Quadratus Plantae, refers mainly into the heel. It can feel like you're stepping on rocks, or it feels like a deep bruise, or it can hurt more with running for long periods of time, or even standing for a long period of time. Some of you may have even noticed that periods of time where you take off of running does not help your heel pain, and it could be this. I should note that actually we wrote a 50-page book on plantar fasciitis if you guys haven't seen it yet, so it'll be in the description as well. Now recently I had a person on our telehealth platform that was dealing with something like this. The way they described it was, it wasn't your typical plantar fasciitis, although it felt like it was in the same area. He said it didn't hurt with first step in the morning, it hurt with pushing off, sprinting, the first step into a run, pushing a sled, jumping. He also said it felt deeper, like it wasn't easy to feel the area, like it's elusive to his touch. Luckily, a lot of home exercises and stretches focused at this area can actually help out quite a bit. Before we get into those, let's talk about why this happens in the first place. Now, the Quadratus Plantae inserts from the heel to the tendons of the muscles that go to your toes, or the tendons that go to your toes. It's a stabilizer muscle of the foot, as well as a bunch of other muscles of the foot are. Now, the problem with stabilizer muscles, as we've talked about them in other videos before, is that some of them become hyperactive. Some of them are very willing to help, meaning they become strong, not really weak. They become tight or hypertonic, and they create stiffnesses within them, which creates referrals like this. But a lot of times people just try to focus at treating that area and breaking up scar tissue or addressing adhesions there, which is part of the puzzle. But the problem is you got to ask yourself, why is this muscle working so hard in the first place? I did the same amount of mileage on my right foot as my left. My right one hurts. Why doesn't my left? The difference is there's different stabilizer groups that are probably offline, or different muscles up the leg which are offline as well. There's two of them that I like to address. One of them is called the Soleus, which is up into the calf. The second one is the glute max muscle, which is further up the leg. I'm going to show you the Soleus one first. I think it's a great one for all runners to do. This should be easy for most of you to do at least into 20 reps, even of a single side. So I'm going to do my left side here. Normally I have a wall, but just for video purposes, I'm going to use this. It'll work as well. So I'm going to keep my knee bent generally about this far, and then rock into full heel off ground in this position. This doesn't hurt a lot of people, especially if they put more contact into the ball of the foot, even though they have Quadratus Plantae issues. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just elevate the heel up and down really slow. And if you notice, the remainder of my knee, my hip, and my body are kind of like frozen. They're not doing anything. And the idea is we're loading the Soleus, which does have a ton of ability in it. And if you enhance that, it can help out with parts of deloading the Quadratus Plantae. Now, the other thing we can do is for the glute max muscle here, there's various ways to do that, and we have links in the bottom of the video in the description which shows some of our other favorite exercises for it. But I'm going to show another one here, which is going to be just a single leg stance exercise here. A lot of runners do end up liking this just because it looks very runnery, we say. And the one way to do it is you sink and you reach the foot back and you reach the hand forward. You don't need to have something here, but if you're watching where my foot is at here, it's offset to the bench. I need to make sure that I'm kind of in line with that foot with the hand, because that makes this muscle, a large area, work really well. And then I just hang out here. If I want to go for reps, I can do that as well, but making sure that you reach far each time, and a lot of times having something to reach for helps out with balance, especially for those of you who are dealing with balance issues and can't get this part done. Now, this is going to sound extreme, but a lot of people with plantar fasciitis or heel pain can get better generally within about 4 weeks. I know it sounds super extreme because some of you have been having it longer. You could be missing really easy wins. You could be missing something simple like a Quadratus Plantae issue versus actually plantar fasciitis. Now, if you had an aha moment for this video, we would love a thanks in YouTube. Scroll down, click the button. It keeps our lights on. It gives us cups of coffee so we're awake and willing to do these videos for you. We love doing them for you. Just let us know what you'd like to hear. Remember, if you want some help, our contact is below. We have telehealth sessions. We're licensed in different states. See you guys soon.